Mindfulness is a lot like running the mile back in middle school. Like, all of us can do it, but we're not all gonna finish at the same time. And on the flip side, not all of us want to do it to begin with. I'm Michael, and in keeping everything simple, let's jump right into what mindfulness is, why it's important, and how to use it on a day-to-day basis. Mindfulness, simply put, is self-awareness without judgment. And I know I've mentioned that in the past too. No one's really free from casting any judgment, but one of the big things is that it takes practice, and it's a skill that you can improve to minimize how much you are passing judgment on others. But because it's self-awareness, it also starts with you. So one of the key things that mindfulness talks about is the self-awareness without judgment of your emotions and your feelings. And yes, I know sometimes it can be like this.
I don't want to deal with that. That feels kind of gross, feels kind of depressing, so I'm just gonna over there. Put it over there.
And because they are a part of us, not letting ourselves feel critical if we're sad or if we're frustrated over a situation or if things aren't going the way we thought they would, or in the possibility that we are maybe stuck in the past or dwelling on something that we regret. All these thoughts and all these feelings will come and go throughout life no matter what. The key thing here is that knowing that it's perfectly natural for them to exist and allowing them to do so without getting stuck on them. It's almost like when you're walking and you step on gum, or like you see you're about to step on gum. When you see it, you acknowledge it, you let it exist, and then you kind of just move on. But when you step on it and you get stuck with it, then that's when it becomes an issue. That was a good analogy. Yay! So when we're judging ourselves and getting stuck on a feeling or getting stuck on a thought, that is something that is keeping us from moving forward or keeping us stuck essentially in the past. Taking away or minimizing the judgments that you have for yourself allows you to be more present without the concern or the stress and frustration that can come from it. And I will admit, it's not always easy to understand your emotions, and it can take a lot of work up front. Mind Over Matter is popular for a reason, despite, how much people actually say, and it can sound a little annoying, but it matters. But one of the big things I want to stress is that emotions are natural and they're going to be a part of your life no matter what. And so that's why it's so helpful and beneficial to be able to address and acknowledge your emotions without being judgmental for having them. If you're ever unsure about what you're thinking about or what you're feeling at any given time throughout the day, try to name it. It doesn't have to be cohesive, it doesn't have to make the most sense in the world, but the more you try to put a name to the face, the easier it will be for you in the future to recognize it and to acknowledge it that much quicker. Plus, things are a lot less scary when you can put a name to it and address it specifically. Emotion-wise, emotion wheels are actually great tools that you can use to increase your vocab, so that way when you want to put this into practice, then you have a list of words that are related and can assist you in figuring out what exactly is going on. Lowering your judgment allows you to then focus on the why behind your thoughts, behind your emotions, and in doing so, practice mindfulness in the day-to-day. Because mindfulness is a skill and it's not the end-all be-all result. So increasing your day-to-day mindfulness and decreasing your judgment, I often will recommend simple and strong habits that are easy to start at any time. Something I want to make clear is that mindfulness won't make judgment or biases go away. It's the act of becoming aware of them so we can address them intentionally. Like if you want to build a habit, it takes intentional behavior to start something, it takes intentional thought and pre-planning to end something, and to create something new altogether. I'm not gonna go all,
woo, here's my 25-step plan to allow you guys to be more mindful starting tomorrow.
No, that's not how this works. For you guys personally, comment below what are some ways that you build habits and stay consistent with them. I talk a little bit more about intentional actions in a previous video on how mindfulness helped me get to my 9-to-5 job, so feel free to check that one out too. One of the other great skills that you can start trying out today is focusing on one of your 5 senses or all of them at once. And so that can be, maybe if you're eating something, focusing entirely on what it tastes like. If you're outside, what does the sun feel like? What does the breeze feel like? Being present and being mindful about how it feels. And in being present, this will allow you to look at what you're feeling, what you're thinking, and what's going through your mind without judgment, while just being aware of them, just as you're aware of the sensations around you. I personally think what's so great about these practices and mindfulness overall is that it gives you back your choice. And that's a choice to react positively and choose more optimistic routes and actions. And in my next video, we'll be talking about just that, how you can use practical optimism to your benefit. And in keeping everything simple, subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a like if you found it fun and helpful. Follow me on Instagram at KES Studios, and in keeping everything simple, I'll see y'all in another video.